Two kids, two runaways, lost in the backbeat of a heartbreak. Why does it matter anyway?
Welcome to the channel. This is a video, a story about our Tesla journey from first taking an interest in the Tesla Model 3 performance to buying the car. The interest was already there, but we did book a test drive back in March 2020. On the day of the test drive, my partner said, "Do I have to go?" Well, I did manage to talk around because the intent was there for her to get interested well and share half the cost. Well, it worked.
Go.
The test drive was impressive. Done some 0 to 60s, tested the active cruise control and the autopilot, got a good feel for the car. 5 days later, however, was a budget, and Chancellor of the Exchequer Rishi Sunak decided to scrap government grants on electric cars over 50k. Undeterred by this, we did book another test drive in August 2020 in this car. White interior, pearl white exterior, pretty much the car I'm after. And there's me. Although now I determined pretty much the car I wanted, I did delay. Tesla battery day was September the 22nd, 2020. Talk of million mile batteries and batteries that are capable of offering up to 500 miles of range were being touted. Also, the battery being made of cheaper materials than the nickel, manganese, cobalt oxide currently used in the lithium-ion batteries. Talk of these changes were that it was going to make a reduction in price of the overall car. Well, this created a mini shockwave of Osborne effect proportions. Who in their right mind would really want to buy a product for such a large amount of money, knowing that a better, more improved, cheaper version is on its way? This caused me to delay further, waiting for that price decrease, thinking I can get a bargain. Well, it backfired. In March 2021, the price increased by £3,500. This made me reconsider my options, turning my attention to the long range Model 3. Up to £10,000 cheaper, slightly decreased performance, bit more range, and still a good car. So a third test drive was arranged. The third test drive was a bit of a waste of time though. There was a lot of roadworks around where the showroom was, and we spent most of the time stuck in traffic. We returned from the test drive, we had a brief discussion and decided to go along with the performance model. We've done our purchase at the showroom, but you can actually do this online by going to tesla.com. They have an existing inventory and also the custom order where you run through the models, decide what you want to buy, and literally put £100 deposit down. Tesla considers itself more than a car company, but more of an energy company. We talk about the million mile batteries. The plan is basically when the car is no longer roadworthy, use the batteries as cells, solar panels to gather the energy to store in the cells, power the car, power the home, and even sell the energy back to the grid and make a profit. When you go through the website, you can do various things. Choose the car, model, colour, wheels, interior, whether you want enhanced autopilot or full self-drive. That's your custom order. Looking on the screen at current, this is the Model 3, this is the performance model. As you can see, 352 miles of range, 163 miles per hour, top speed and a 0 to 63.1 seconds. Just sort of £60,000. Whichever the model you choose, unlike other car companies, colour of choice has a difference in price. All Teslas come standard as white. If you want a black, blue, grey, that will cost you an extra £1,000. If you opt for the red, that'll cost you an extra £2,000. In the Model 3, the standard interior comes as black. If you want to opt for the black and white premium interior, that'll cost you just over £1,000 more. Included with Teslas is active cruise control. This allows the car's speed to be managed in accordance with the car in front. If the car in front stops, the Tesla will stop. When the other car proceeds, the Tesla will proceed. Caution is however required, because if there's no car in front, it will carry on through traffic lights, junctions, and possibly over the edge of a cliff. Standard autopilot will steer the car for you and keep it within the lane markings. This does require you being attentive though, because if the car believes that you're not actually actively having some form of control of the steering wheel, it will send out warnings and eventually come to a halt. This was the moment we put our deposit down and placed our order for the Model 3 Performance. And a big thanks to Josh, who you can see on screen, who took us through the whole process, offering advice and guidance all the way through.
Fabulous. That's it. I'm going to press the big button on that one.
And it's official.
See a headshot. I'm sorry.
And now the 3-month wait begins.
Okay, so the next steps are when you get home / at some point, it's not a rush because
Yeah.
obviously the car's delivery at some point, but just to get it done because we will chase you at some point. It'll be to log into your Tesla account. So go to tesla.com.
Yep.
There's Tesla account at the top. Yeah, won't actually be all that relevant until delivery.
I was going to say, it's
So-
not active, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So effectively what will happen is once you've logged into your Tesla account online, and you could do it under the mobile but not under the application, it will say where do you want the car delivered, you know, you'll put some locations.
Yeah.
You'll get a choice of you know, a certain amount of them. Pick the location and then it will say do you want to trade in a car. You can enter those details there. You can do it separately as well via that tesla.com/trade-in, but you might as well do it there.
Yeah.
You're not beholden to that trade-in, i.e. if you did want to pull away from it and you found a private buyer in the meantime or something like that, you can step away and do that. It's no worries whatsoever. It's all very flexible, including the design and all kinds of things. It'll then say payment method and you can select cash. And basically what will happen then is you'll have completed delivery steps and it will say thank you, you know, please await things from us.
Own charger.
Yeah,
I mean, I do believe that the plug-in that we come with, 8 hours charge per 8 miles per hour.
Yeah, so a 3-pin plug would get about that there, even maybe a tiny bit more. Obviously in the summer a little bit more.
Yeah.
I've been surviving off a 3-pin plug for some time now. My partner's father is an electrician and therefore he can install a wall connector for free. I have a wall connector in my living room and it has been there a long time. So I've been living on this because obviously he can't come round and install it because of COVID. All I mean by it is not ideal to live off the 3-pin plug.
Right.
It's certainly a fine solution. You will go to an Airbnb, you find yourself holidaying in the UK, you're a friend of families at a barbecue or so on and so forth. It's great. But not as a long-term solution. I would look at getting a charger installed. The wall connector is fantastic. The little button that opens the charge point, says Tesla on it, finishes off the house very nicely.
Yeah.
But yes, you can get third-party ones also.
Yeah, third party will come with the government grants, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's a Tesla that doesn't.
Yeah. So the reason is because the car does all the smart charging things.
Yes.
Such as you can tell it when to start charging and so on and so forth. The Tesla wall connector is not a smart charger, but to get the government grant, you have to be a smart charger. I believe there's potentially other things around why we don't get that. It might also be because we only give a Tesla wall connector to people that are buying Teslas, and the grant is only available for those. But I think it's mainly towards the smart charger side of things.
You get the government grant for third party, but not for Tesla.
Yep.
The advantage of having a Tesla charger over a third party is
A button that will open the charge point. The fact that it is a tethered connection So when you go and buy a third-party one, they'll give you a price for an untethered connector and a tethered one. What that means is, I'll get to it, don't worry. In your car, when you come to take delivery, you get a 3-pin plug charger.
Yep.
Plug it into a 3-pin plug it into the car. Done. You also get a Type 2 cable. That means a cable that will go into one end of the charger and then the other.
Yeah.
Then when you're finished with it, you'll have to take it out and roll it up, put it back in the boot. The advantage of the Tesla charger or a tethered connection is the fact that it always has a cable
It's attached
there.
and straight
You
in.
just pull it out and plug it straight in. So that's a tethered one. The Tesla charger can technically get higher charge rates, but it's often the case that you wouldn't be able to capitalise on those charge rates at home anyway.
Yeah.
Most homes can only get 7 kilowatt hours of electricity, which roughly equate to 30 miles every hour of charge.
Okay, but
We
people.
recommend electricians, but if you know a person, they would more than likely be able to do it. But on our website, when you go to buy the charger, it will say install, recommended installers. You type in your postcode, a list will come up with our recommended installers. Servicing is called condition-based servicing. So effectively, the car should tell you when and what it needs. Now, the beauty is it doesn't need all that much all the time. So it's not like every 12,500 miles you have to come in and so on. Now, servicing costs can vary a little bit, but really, the things that I certainly am aware that do need looking at is the air cabin filter. So there's a filter for the air cabin. It's not for the car itself. I think it's 15 quid online. You can actually install it yourself. It's nothing. Maybe it needs changing after about 25,000 miles or so.
Okay.
The other one.
About 8,000 miles a year, not even that yet. I look dead by then.
The other one is brake fluid checking. So I don't know if it's under a number of years or if it's under a certain mileage. I guess whichever one's hit first.
Refresh all the brake fluid system.
Well, they just want to check it in the first time. It's I would imagine that it's rare that it needs changing the first time. They're just really running a check, and I don't think that costs very much. I've got a PDF that actually shows you some of that information. That information is it's a PDF that's probably about a year old now, so prices might have gone north a little bit, but it will give you a very good outline of how it sits. Awesome. You've just got to wait now for a text. So the fact that we got the mobile number, you get a lot of information via text. So when it will say, right, okay, your vehicle, you've been matched to a car, and then they'll start saying your invoice has now appeared on the thing, your license plate is this. So a lot of it comes via text. You probably won't hear contact really until fairly, but typically if it's out ready for delivery, it has had various checks, by quality control and so forth, and it should be in a deliverable state.
Yeah.
If I find anything at the
If
point,
you found something, we would go in and amend it.
and then if I go away and I didn't notice something,
It's
tough.
7 days. It's
Okay.
typically about 7 days. You can jump onto your Tesla app, you can note down anything that's there, and we'll book in a service appointment. Whether it will be that week or so is a bit different. And sometimes, they'll reject what you say because it is within the tolerance.
Yeah.
You've got your own breakdown assistance in the vehicle, so that's built in, and that's throughout the warranty of the vehicle. So 4 years or 50,000 miles, you've got your own, SOS button that you can press, and
That
we'll get someone
button?
out. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the police. That's
And
not
it's
for the police.
automatically.
Is that not for the police?
So no, it's
I
Tesla.
thought-
It's Tesla roadside assistance.
Oh, okay.
But technically, off the back of that, we could bring the police. A circumstance that was really interesting to me was, as I told you, my partner works in accident and emergency, which
Yeah.
she certainly did, and someone was in an accident, and as soon as they were in that accident, the Tesla itself rang the police.
Wow.
So it knew that it was in an accident. It got
Oh, the
someone
car
out
was in an
The
accident.
car was in an accident. Yeah, they were on a country road, and it was no one would have probably come past it
Yeah,
late at night.
for a while.
So it broadcast the location and the fact that it was. So there's some crazy stuff that goes on tech-wise. The roadside assistance side of things is really, once I looked into the sort of T's and C's of that, it's very much, if we're at fault, we'll always come out to you, but it's a chargeable service if we're not at fault.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's part of the warranty in a certain sense that, you know, if it's a problem that we have caused or a manufacturing problem, then, you know, we'll come out and get you, we'll sort it out, of course, and, you know, that's all on us. Because we probably just use third parties to go and recover yourself. But if it's like you've run out of battery or potentially, you know, got a flat tire or so forth, that's something you would do. So I do have a lot of customers that do retain their AA, RAC and so forth memberships.
Because there is that concern if they do tow you.
Yeah.
They don't, you can't just pull the thing up.
Yeah.
You've got to have certain things.
Electric cars don't really like being towed.
Yeah, because it can actually destroy, can't it? So
It can damage the motors is what I believe, but I'm not really sure.
I think that's because, you know, I get some claims too, you know, some fly-by-night recovery service, dragging and ruining your car kind of thing, so, yeah.
I'm sure that whoever we
There's just something you've got to press on there to do that. If you
yeah, it's got a towing mode and it's got certain modes that you would put in. So,
you know,
under the car is quite literally a handbook. It always updates as the car updates as well, and it's really handy. It's actually displays in a very human way. You know, if you got a booklet with, you know, a German car.
June 18th. What time is it? It's about 10:30 and it's Tesla collection day. Yes, off to the NEC to get our Model 3 Performance, white interior, black and white premium interior. Cut, wrong, doing it. 18th of June, 10:30 AM. We're on our way to Nice. Last week, 27 degrees, sunny as heck. Today, pissing down with rain.
What's the neck? What's the neck?
18th. of June, 2021. I don't know what I'm on for performance is. It's a Tesla.
Actually,
and it's actually 18 minutes past 10.
No, it is 18 minutes.
Let me just go whack into it. Mr. Pedal. What have you done to me, car?
I don't want that one. I'm not having that one.
Oh, God. It's got no reg on it, has it? It's got no reg on it, doesn't it? I don't know, you know. It looks lovely, though. No, it's not, because look at the interior. No, look at the interior. They're black. Yes, it's people. It's finally happened.
that's all new game. You get out of the shop, Robert? Shit, I don't know what you.
Man, that's insane, isn't it? Yeah.
See the signs that will indicate things? Cameras. So if people around you.
That seems alright, yes. Excuse me, excuse me. Dunno. That's it, and pull that handle. No,
Took it
no, because you can tell us.
runaways lost in the backbeat of our heartbreak. What doesn't matter anyway?
You can.
If we wanna leave behind
Right song and
our
dance.
mistakes. Oh, your eyes, they tell the
I know. Go on then, go and start
All
looking
the
at
line from me to you.
it. Sorry.
Tangled up in blue. What if we unravel? We could go anywhere. We'll get there soon. We'll get there soon. We could be any place. We'll get there soon. We'll get there soon. We'll get there soon. We'll get there soon. Two lights up ahead. I heard somewhere all the stars are already dead. So don't hesitate, burying my doubts with all the somedays. Laying up there on the roof, or in some passenger view. I know I never wanna lose anywhere with you. We could go anywhere. We'll get there soon. We'll get there soon. We could be any place. We'll get there soon. We'll get there soon. We'll get there soon. We'll get there soon. We could go anywhere. We'll get there soon. We'll get there soon. We could be any place.